The episode of the Main Event Podcast. Before I get started, I want y'all to click the like and subscribe button as we continue to keep bringing you some of the best content sports has to offer. Boxing. We normally talk boxing, but today I switched it all the way up because I got a buddy right here, man. This is my partner. We've been doing this for a long
still
time.
talk boxing too.
Oh yeah, we can still talk. Yeah, no, he does love boxing. I'm sorry,
Got
but
a couple amateur boxing fights.
oh yeah, you do, and we're gonna dive into that too. You feel me? But I got none other than Mr. Jay Hieron here. His resume is so long. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let him run it down because the man been grinding and grinding. What year did we meet? What we met? What year? 2010?
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I was either just about to retire. I retired in 13, so maybe if we did 10, so 3 years of my fighting. Yeah,
man. So I brought him here. He's been so busy, so I'm glad the homie came through, graced us with his presence on the Main Event Podcast. Make sure you like and subscribe. I got none other than Mr. Jay Hieron here, man. He done fought in Bellator. He done fought, is it Strikeforce? Strikeforce. He done fought in the UFC. He done took all of that and transition into stuntman, acting. So, man, we finna dive right on into it. Mr. Jay Hieron in the building.
Affliction, IFL, we forgot.
Affliction, IFL, so many things. Look, so since we're naming them, that's one of the questions I wanted to ask you. Since you didn't fought in all of the leagues, what is the difference between how they run their business and UFC runs their business? Because it seems like a lot of fighters start off in them leagues to get to the UFC.
Yeah.
So what's the difference in those?
Of course, UFC is the most known, the biggest promotion. You could damn near say they started the game.
Right.
Because most people, when they think of MMA, they think of UFC. They're geniuses. They branded their name so good that when you think of MMA, you think UFC. MMA is mixed martial arts.
Right.
That's the type of art we're fighting. Like, if it's boxing, just hands. Mixed martial arts is all different arts combined.
Right.
Wrestling, judo, kickboxing, Muay Thai, jiu-jitsu, boxing. So it's all combined. That's why it's called mixed martial arts. But people get confused. They think, oh, you do UFC, you do a UFC.
It took over so cold.
Yeah, they took their thing, bro. They monopolized it.
Man, that's crazy.
So that's what they think, which was genius because they branded UFC so good that when you think of mixed martial arts, you think UFC,
right?
Which is incredible. So to answer the question is, yes, they're the biggest, the most, recognized organization. Not taken away from other organizations. We have an organization right now in the mixed martial arts. It's PFL. They do $1 million tournaments.
Yeah. Oh, well, I heard of PFL.
Yeah, my big bro, Ray Seth, was the president. So
okay. What's up, Seth Rowe?
Yeah.
I heard a good brother.
Seth Rowe.
Good brother,
so,
good
brother. There's other promotions that, there's money being made. Like when I was fighting, I fought UFC, yes, but there was other opportunities out there for me, bigger paydays. I won a world title with International Fight League,
right?
Which at the time the IFL was a good fit for me because they had me on salary.
Gotcha.
So
salary.
So
fighters you pay salary.
This organization,
crazy.
It changed my life. I bought my first house when I got that contract. So
wow,
different, and the paydays were decent. When I'm not fighting, in between fights, I'm still getting a check a month. So that helped me. Like that was the first time I felt like, oh, I'm a real professional fighter. Yeah, I could pay my bills. I have security.
Yeah, for sure.
So there was, and WEC was good back then. Affliction was great. They gave me a signing bonus. I got a T-shirt deal with them. I got a video game deal.
Oh, wow.
And then I made pretty good purse and pay when I fought. So that was good. But yeah, most people know UFC, and it's right there with MMA. People think MMA, UFC, which is incredible. How far the sports came now, like over the years. It's right up there with boxing, with everything. It might be more popular than boxing. I love boxing. I grew up watching boxing. But
I love the sport of boxing. We're gonna talk a little boxing too. But now that we on the UFC, how many fights did you fight in the UFC?
I think altogether, I have 30 fights. I think four were in the UFC.
What's your most memorable moment? What's your most memorable moment, if you could
Uh,
think of your whole career, whether it was UFC, Bellator, Affliction, PF, whatever? What's your most memorable moment?
I don't know. You know, I won the tournament with Bellator to fight for the world title. My world title fight with IFL, the company had a salary with.
Right.
I won the world title with them, which was, you know, that was memorable. I knocked the guy out the first round, which was great. Yeah, Affliction too, when I fought for them. And it was a big card. Even Mike Tyson was in the house because at the time,
Mike.
yeah, shout out Big
Mike
Tyson.
Tyson. Yeah.
Fedor Emelianenko at the time was the most recognized heavyweight in our sport in mixed martial arts.
Okay.
And he was like a crazy record. I think at the time 25-0 or something knockouts, just a Russian guy. And everybody was there to see him, but my fight was a swing bout. So if you know what a swing bout,
I know what a swing bout is. If y'all don't know what a swing bout is either you gonna be the last card of the night after TV goes off, or if somebody get knocked out early, they're gonna put you on. Either way, that swing bout, you got to stay ready all night, and it's uncomfortable.
Get in where you fit in.
Yeah, for sure. And you gotta stay ready. You never know. Ain't no set time.
Oh, it's the worst. Trust me when I tell you, I was like,
that's a grind. Swing bout is a grind.
Yeah. So, but anyway, how the cards fell that night, the fight before Fedor's fight ended early, so I'm right after the main event. So the crowd is still there. We fought in Anaheim, so the arena's still full. You know what I mean? I'm the main event.
I know you was like, what's happening? What's happening?
Now it was a stressful night because, you know, again, there's you're never like comfortable doing a swing bout.
No.
You don't know when the
ain't no call time. Ain't no call time.
You got to stay ready. So, you know, I just went into my fight focused and went into my fighting mode, and it was a great night for me. But I would, if I had a chance before that, not knowing if they said, "Hey, you want to be a swing bout?" No. Give me my time slot.
Yeah, give my time slot. I'm opening bout, co-main, or man. You give me my time slot.
Yeah.
But man, so we didn't delve into that, man. And this is what I really wanted to have him on the Main Event podcast for, because I didn't know this brother for a long time, and to see him go from prize fighter to what he's doing now, which is acting. He's in a lot of movies. He's doing this thing. So what I want to know is, what was that shift that you said, you know what, man, I'm going to start doing this because I want to hang up the gloves. You know what I mean? What was that shift?
Fortunately, I got to train one of my training partners that I looked up to before I even trained with him. It was like a guy, I come from a wrestling, college, high school wrestling background, and Randy Couture. He's one of the game changers in the sport with being a wrestler.
Right.
And I always followed his career. Then we got to meet. It was great energy. You know, he's like my big bro now. And actually, he was he was a six-time world champion, I think, altogether.
Mm-hmm.
And UFC champion, heavyweight, light heavyweight. But at the time, he was in the film business. So, you know, he introduced me to people, and the guy's like, "Hey, man, you want to play a drug dealer?" I said, "Oh, man, that's too easy.
Too easy. That's from around the way.
You have to act.
Give me the check.
Yeah,
break bread.
Yeah, so it wasn't like I was jumping. Like, I still wanted to be the best fighter in the world. You know, I was fight mentality. You know, I wanted to win titles and win as much money as I could, and you know, be the best fighter I possibly could. So that was my main focus. But this opportunity came up, and it was cool, and I was watching how they were. I remember the movie. I think it was Brooklyn's Finest, and one of the actors was like doing jumping jacks, and I'm like just looking at him strangely, like, what is he doing? Like, why is he doing? Before we did a take, and he was doing jumping jacks, and I'm like, what the hell is this guy doing? And the scene was he comes in the door and he has his gun up and he's trying to arrest people. But I didn't put it together because then then I start like acknowledging what he's doing. He was trying to get his heart rate up because it's like a tense situation. He's trying to arrest people. So in reality, you would be on point. Yeah, all your senses would be going.
For sure.
Your heart rate would be up.
That's true.
So that process right there, I was like, oh, this is kind of cool, man. Like, it's not just people on TV acting. Like, they really levels to this. So after that, I did. I learned fight choreography, fighting in film, and fighting in real life or for sport, MMA or boxing is totally different.
Yeah,
Those
how was
punches
that?
in films,
You was coordinating fight scenes for movies, right? If
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not mistaken.
Oh yeah, I
Right?
did.
Yeah, for sure.
I did some fight choreography stuff. I
Yeah.
did a lot of that.
Break down the difference, like you was about to say. I just had to let y'all know
Yeah.
he done coordinated some fight scenes that y'all didn't watch. Right?
Oh, yeah,
I'm just
yeah.
keeping it real. You feel me? But you saying it was a difference. What's
So
the
plain,
difference?
plain and simple, it's like real fighting is good technique that'll really hurt somebody.
Right.
Film fighting technique is bad technique that is supposed to miss your face and look like it's for the seriously,
It's for the camera.
it's for the camera. You're trying to sell it for the camera, not to sell it to damage the person, right?
Right,
So
right.
it's a miss with, like, when I first started, I'm like throwing these punches. I'm like, this, what the hell am I doing, man? So again, it went back to like, okay, why does this punch look good on camera? So I had to start understanding
The
camera
art of it.
angles,
Yeah.
the art of film fighting. And I kind of like, just like, okay, let me keep my glass half full and learn.
What's up, man?
I didn't come in there with a big ego, like I'm a real fighter. Like, this shit don't work. Let me do this. Because the real punches won't look good on camera. You know what I mean? A straight punch. Like, that's why they have so many replays in boxing or MMA.
Right.
So you could see what hit. Because sometimes it'll be a short punch, but the guy's weight will be coming into it.
And that hurt even.
That's, you got to see like the triple angles of it.
Hell yeah. How long did it take you to learn that?
Not too long. I started, just analyzing and training and looking at camera angles, and I'm still learning. You never stop learning, bro.
Nah, you're right. Man, that's a dope ass process.
You never stop learning. Once you think you know it all, your days are numbered.
Nah, that's for sure. So now and then you went from choreographing fight scenes to actual stuntman.
Well, I started
stuntman,
yeah,
and then choreographing fight scenes. I'm sorry.
Choreographing comes later, yeah.
Okay, for
you
sure.
You can't just jump in that unless they're looking for a specialty like mixed martial arts.
Right.
They'll come to me, oh, how's this look or that? I mean, I'm pretty experienced now.
For sure.
But early on, it would have been like a mixed martial arts, like a arm bar, and how does this make this look real? Or, because the ground game, even back then, is like not too many people. When they hit the ground, everybody's booing.
Right. Yeah.
What the hell are you doing?
That's when I get confused. Yeah, that's when I be like, man, what y'all doing? Who's winning? Who's
exactly? Yeah. But now when you learn, like, these guys going for submissions, for chokes, to break your arm, to snap your leg, or
they playing chess.
Now everybody's understanding. Like, it's not just they go to the ground, they're hugging. Nah. They're trying to put you out or break your arm or break your, you know what I mean? Bro, it's real business.
It's real business in there.
Yeah.
So tell me about, because I had it switched up. Yeah. I wanted to go into the stuntman because you did that, and that's a hell of a job, man. Yeah. What made you get into stunts, and what was the craziest stunt that you thought, oh shit, I might die on this one?
So I got
paid me enough.
Yeah, so I got in again, like I wasn't pursuing it.
Right.
Like I said earlier, but it kind of became a passion of mine once I saw the behind the scenes and I started learning, just like mixed martial arts, just like boxing, just like anything. You start getting that passion, you start learning. So I started learning, and after a couple of years, I start getting more calls, and I'm learning, like even acting class. I wasn't a natural,
right?
And I start getting more calls, because I'm a humble guy. I want to learn, and good on set. I don't think it's about me.
Yeah,
Sure. You hire me for something. You hire me.
You do your job.
To get knocked out by Denzel. Guess what?
We gonna talk about that too. We gonna talk about that.
But yeah. So it just, again, I kept learning. I still learn, and I transitioned into it after my last fight. Full time.
Right.
Yeah.
What's the craziest thing you did? Where you thought you was like, oh, bro, y'all ain't pay me enough. You jumping off buildings on the big trampoline?
I did a 60, 70 foot jump out of a building.
Damn.
With 3 guys. I've done a full fire burn. Yeah, for a pilot, TV pilot.
What?
Man, I was looking through the flames, bro. That shit was all in my eyes, bro. I'm like,
was you hot in there? Can you feel it?
Man, I was hot all night. Like, it was the Sahara Desert, bro. I had like hot spots all over me, like, because it's crazy. They have this gel. I think it was made like, I think the origin of it is from Australia. I'm not too sure. I gotta do my research. But it's some gel. Like they like over years, technology gets better. Even like stunts.
Right.
So they have this gel. You can put fire on it, and you have about 30 to 45 seconds, before it touches your skin. So no matter what, there's a time limit.
Yeah. Get
So
it done. Get the shit done.
So they have my full clothes, my wardrobe gelled, me gelled up, my face, damn near my eyeballs on gel.
That's the process.
Yeah, because I was looking. I don't know if I was supposed to have my eyes open, bro, but I had my eyes open and I could see the flames. Like, it was crazy. It was super crazy.
Hey, look,
So that was crazy. I did the jump.
I want to ask how much that pay, but I don't want to be in your business. But that might burn me though. They need the extra burn. Burn me, bro.
It's pretty
Break throw some gel on me, no diddy.
Yeah.
You feel me? And I'm gonna be all right out there, man. But man, it's a crazy stuff, man. Fighter. Now let's run down the resume, man, and some of the things you've been in. Tell the people some of the things you've been in that they can recognize you in. Because I already know the two I want to talk about, but he's been in countless Marvels.
Yeah,
on Netflix.
They pulled them because Disney
bought them. Yeah,
So
yeah.
they were great. They were good shows. I did all the Marvel shows. Luke Cage.
Luke Cage, one of my favorites.
Iron Fist.
I remember Iron Fist. Yeah.
Daredevil.
I seen you with all of them.
Yeah, I did all those.
I used to call them, nigga, I seen you. I not seen you with Daredevil, homie. I ain't even.
Yo, it's crazy because now, like, like even in the gym, dude, I helped open this gym. And we have fighters there that, bro, I didn't even know you were a fighter. Yeah,
they thought you was acting.
I'm like,
you're like, oh, beat that's right. Yeah, what you talking about?
It's crazy, bro. So bro. I mean, I love fighting, but there's an expiration date.
Yeah, but that fight, look where it took you, though.
Oh yeah.
Look where it took you.
Totally content. I'm blessed, man. I thankfully, when I knew it was the time to retire, I felt like, I have another opportunity on my plate. Let me go for it to see if I could excel, be successful at it.
Right.
Which I always tell the young guys, there's a window with how much you could give to it when it starts taking from you. Like I did another podcast. I'm like, I never wanted fighting to retire me. I wanted to always retire from it.
Yeah, for sure.
Thankfully, I had another opportunity. Some guys don't, which it's hard telling a young guy, hey man, have a plan B, set yourself up, save money. This
nobody want to hear that shit.
We don't come from, people giving us finance.
For sure.
Finance advice.
None of that.
It's very hard. So you got to kind of learn on your own, most of us. And it's hard to tell a guy, hey man, have this in the back of your mind when you're going into a fist fight,
right? Yeah,
for your life, right?
Yeah,
you got to be all in right there,
dialed in,
not worrying about nothing. Like, yo, this is it. I'm going in.
Yeah, there is one or two other projects you worked on I want to talk about, and then we're gonna wrap it up. The homie he got stuff to do. I'm glad he came through to the Main Event Podcast. Make sure you like and subscribe. But the first project that you was in, I want to talk about because I seen you was in it. Power, yeah. I seen you was in Power. Okay, I seen you. You had to share the jail cell with 50 Cent.
Yeah. That was great.
What was it? How was that like, man? What was that like knowing you and 50 had to squad?
I was,
you know what I'm saying?
Playing a little chess game. And,
right.
I helped choreograph the fight when he grabs the pen and does the choke, which is great, man. It's super cool. It was a great experience. I mean, then on to the next. I was thinking maybe my character could come back. Hey, man, listen. Forward, man.
Good. You should have brought him back, Phil. Hey, that was a cold fight scene, man. You seen everything.
I did work with him again on another pilot, on another show. So
okay.
It's all good, man.
And then the other thing, man, the Equalizer.
Oh, that was
Denzel Washington.
Incredible experience.
How does that feel, man? From going to stuntman, fight choreographer, to now you sitting in the scene with Denzel, bro. Describe that feeling for me, because everybody want to get down with Denzel.
Oh, and they man.
And how long did it take you? How many years of the grind doing this did it take you before you got to do that?
I mean, like I said, I started in the film business in 07, 06-ish. So I did that in film in 16 or 17.
Oh yeah, that's a grind, baby.
Yeah.
But he wouldn't have made it there if he wasn't grinding. You feel me? Oh man, that's why I seen it before it started. I've been knowing him.
And let me just explain. Let me just say one thing. As many, I've had some cool things. but people don't see the stuff that I didn't get, and that's like true. 1 out of 5 I'll get.
True,
You
true,
know,
true,
it's like
true.
a lot of doors close before one opens.
True shit.
That's why I always say, I live by, you don't got to get ready if you stay ready, right?
True
So,
shit.
because that's when opportunities happen when you're ready for them and they come out of nowhere. You know, hey, could you available tomorrow? I got something for you.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, hey man, can you
You
come
gotta
do this
be ready.
audition?
You gotta be ready.
Oh, hey, they want to interview you. Oh, you can't say no. I'm not in the best shape right now. Or yeah, bro, you gotta
be
fight
ready. Yeah,
when
yeah.
you get that call up from the
Fight
big
the
show.
week.
Yeah,
I'm ready. I've been in the
let's
gym.
go.
I've been in the gym. I'm ready. So what's the most what did you learn from Denzel doing that, or what was the most memorable moment you had from working with Denzel in that scene? Because it was a hell of a scene. The boy tried to kill Denzel, man. Hell of a scene. How you gonna try to kill Denzel? But what did you learn? What did you take from that? How was it seeing the master like that at work? You feel me? Just
Incredible. So yeah, I mean, we had a tight space too. So I'm just like, and I'm a guy that less is more with me. I don't.
Right.
I'm not going to engage in conversation if I always feel somebody out. If you
True.
want to talk, cool. If not, cool. And that's, he kind of is a method. Like he makes it like real. That's why he's so good, right? Because if I'm there to kill him, he's not over there conversating with me.
Yeah, for sure. He's working that.
He's working that
like
method,
old boy hitting the jumping jack.
Yeah, he's
For sure.
exactly.
For sure.
He's like,
for sure.
oh, you here to kill me? Stay,
I got
this is
something
what
for
it is.
you.
Yeah, yeah. And he makes it real, and that's why he's
Right.
so good. And
Yeah.
I got that. Some people won't get that. Like, why did he say hi to me? Well, shut the fuck up.
He's in the zone.
Exactly.
Mike is about to go for 50.
It's like a fighter going out. Everybody needs different things. Some guys want to be happy and talk. Some guys got to be in their element and quiet time and meditating. So I get that, and I understood that, and I just let him be. He didn't come up and introduce himself. We were just right in. Oh. And he felt that. He felt me not bothering him or nothing. And what happened was he added a line in the scene, and he's like, "Oh, who's the bag for?" I'm like, "Oh, it's for my daughter." And then he added, he's like, "Oh, how old is she?" And I'm like, I kind of stuttered, and
I ain't in the script.
yeah, I wasn't trying to say all that. Kind of stuttered, right? Right. Yo, who's this fucking jerk? Get this guy out the car. He don't even know what he's doing. But I stuttered a little bit, and I said, "Oh, she's 5."
Improv, baby.
Yeah. And then after the take, he's like, "Oh, I almost had you there, huh?"
Wow.
Like, yeah.
Denzel trying to pull a slick one out there.
But then when we start the fight, this is where he started like, this is that guy.
Still in
He already knew I was a fighter. I wouldn't be in the backseat of that car, with not with my experience, bringing it into who I was or whatever. So he's doing the elbows and all that, and he's driving. So they have a fight coordinator there. They have a special ops guy there. Listen, I'm here to do my part. I'm not here to add anything. But I seen him. He was like, "Man, I'm, doing this and that." And I was like, "Hey, bro, just keep throwing them." And he kind of like, yeah, okay, cool. Like
improv.
Yeah. So he damn sure did. He was, he's driving and he was throwing like 5, but he caught me with one. Bow. And we stayed in. No stop, no cutting.
Yeah.
We just keep banging him going. But after the tape, he's like, "Yo, you good?" I'm like, "I'm good. Let's go."
Good.
Throw it just like that. And then, bro, he was like, "This is my guy right here." So he kept telling me stories about Glory and like some wine that he drinks and in Italy and stuff. So, and the cameraman in the car was tight with too. So, it was an honor to be in that conversation. Like I'm chopping it up with Denzel right now.
Bro, that's how I had to bring it up on the main event podcast, bro. And like I said, I'm so glad because I know the homie, even before all this took place, when he was just grinding, knocking niggas out,
still
I was cutting his hair, man. 7320 South Rainbow, Suite 111. Go. Great segue, baby. You got to improv. We got to improv on the set. You know what I mean? Got to get his back.
Got to bring you the set.
Got to bring you. He been supposed to bring me to the movie set, but y'all had to wait till you got the big trailer, right? They told me wait till you had the big trailer.
Still got to wait till that.
So I'm waiting, man. So before we wrap it up, Jay, what's on the horizon, man? What can people expect from you now? What you got going on that you want your followers to take notice to?
I got a show called Leverage. I did a cameo in TV show called Leverage. I'm not sure when it's out. What else? A couple other things that I'm not sure when the release date is yet. You know, once after I'm done filming, I'm kind of out the loop. I don't know when the dates are when they come out or release. So, but keep an eye out. I'll be in some other things. You know, when my face pops up, you know shit's about to go down.
And when the homies blow up, I'm his barber again. Don't even worry about it, baby. We've been doing this. Hey, Jay, thank you, bro. Man, Jay Hieron came through to the Main Event Podcast, baby. Oh, hold on. Before we go out, the homie love boxing.
Oh yeah.
I gotta know. You know the sport. You got amateur fights. You know it through and through. If Shakur Stevenson and Tank was to fight, who you got?
I think Tank, man. Tank,
really?
It's hard, man.
But you don't think Shakur is a defensive master? He's like, if you can't hit him, how you gonna knock him out?
It takes one.
But
he got that one hitter quitter too.
He do. But I heard Shakur say in an interview, if all Tank is looking for is that one shot, it's gonna be a long night.
Tank is not just a.
I know it.
He catches guys coming in with like Ryan Garcia and
True.
The other dude with the hook, he caught coming in.
I'm trying to. He got so many people out. I can't remember.
Man, he's
not Leo Santa Cruz.
No. Well, it's so many.
Frank, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. He hit back flips on everybody.
He moves his head. He hits in the right positions. He's nasty, man. I think for that weight class, it's incredible how he's just knocking dudes out.
That power.
You don't see knockouts like that in that weight class.
Yeah, you don't.
So he's like a little baby Tyson at that weight.
He is baby Tyson. I got one more pipe for the homie though. Main Event Podcast. They just signed Canelo and Terrence Crawford in September. Talk to me. Talk to me now. I can't even. Size plays a difference though. Yeah. At some point, size plays a difference in a fight. I don't care how good you are.
I've never been on fights, man. Ever. Like I just don't. You never know what happens on the night, what happens in the camp. But if I'm gonna lean towards somebody, it'll probably be Canelo, just because of size.
The size, yeah. At some point,
Crawford is
master, technician, magician.
He's gonna have problems because Canelo's a boxer too.
Yeah,
he moves his head, he flips,
rolls, puts you in positions, counters,
distance, range,
all that. Just like Terrence. So it's a chess match, but once
he has the strength and the weight, that's a natural weight to him.
I think they're gonna play around for a minute, but when they get deep, 7, 8, 9, it's gonna get out.
Yeah,
and Canelo is gonna rush him.
Chin. Let's put Chin in there.
You got to put Chin in there.
He has a great chin. He's fought heavy, big weight, bigger dudes. So I'll lean towards Canelo. I mean, he's a great boxer.
I just had to know, man. It was the two fights, man. That's all I wanted to know, man. I had to know who Jay Hieron had to pick. You feel me? So he said if Tank and Shakur fight, he got Tank.
Yeah.
And he said if when Canelo and Crawford fight, he got Canelo.
Which I like. Crawford.
I love Crawford to death. I think he whoops everybody else but him.
Yeah. Well, get your buddy, man.
But I ain't gonna say it can't happen. What if he's hella conditioned and he can box 30 rounds? He's going there and make 12 look easy.
Anything could happen on any night in
any given night.
Combat sports. I've seen so many times over. You know, it's a crazy game. That's why we love it, right?
Right. And on that note,
highs, lows, but it's incredible.
And on that note, we out of here, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. Jay, I appreciate it, man.